Now, to shed more light on the report on killings in the Plateau, I'm now joined by Major General Nicolas Rogers, whom you saw in that report, his ex-commander Operation Safe Haven. Thank you very much for joining us on Newsnight tonight. Help us understand, some of your findings, key findings in the report by this committee.
Yeah, it was an eye-opener. The committee which I led traversed the whole 13 local government areas of Plateau State, interacted with the locals, stakeholders, and various ethnic groups within the Plateau State. And we discovered from what we are told, and evidence is available to us, so that over 13 local government areas have witnessed series of attacks, coordinated attacks between 2001 and 2025. And in the process, over 12,000 lives, about 12,000 lives are lost. And the major areas, local government that have this issue are Jos North and Jos South, then Bokos, Riom, Mangu are the major areas that have experienced these terrible situations. But the committee has gone around and provided, done our findings and then made recommendations to the state government. And some of those recommendations are also to the federal government to see how you can help provide succor to the communities that were ravaged. And also, we also try to ask the state government to review part of its laws that can incriminate things like cattle rustling, destruction of farmlands, among others.
Right. I heard you in that report, in terms of recommendations, actually say there's a need for training of, security agencies and equipping. Is that, based on your findings, is that the major problem, why this problem has remained intractable, the war against terrorism in Nigeria? Is it a lack of training and, of course, ill-equipped security agencies? Tell us more about that and some of your other key recommendations.
Well, talking about war against insurgents, I stand to be corrected. I don't think that the federal government has declared any war against insurgents. What we're just saying is just people just saying war against insurgency, war against, but nobody has, the federal government have never declared war against insurgency, because if war is declared against insurgency, the instruments of national power will come to play. But here, we're just doing, just allowing the military only to be carrying out the kinetic effort. The non-kinetic part of it is slow and it's not really helping matters. But having said that, like we recommended was that, there's need to reassess the military in these operational areas in terms of the equipment holding, in terms of their personnel, because the land mass of some of these states are very large and the terrain is very, very difficult terrain. Plateau has a very difficult terrain, so the military needs to be trained, equipped, and provided with necessary logistics, including technology, to be able to do well in some of these places. I would say that there are also forested areas in places like south of Kanam, Wasi. You have heavy forests in those areas, linking Kwampam and into Nasarawa State. So there is need for government to provide enabling technology to be able to manage those places. And you see there's porous movement across states within these places. So you find out that the miscreants move from one place or the other. When you hit them here, they move to this side because there are gaps. So we need to do a lot. Government need to do a lot in terms of covering these gaps using technology, then training of the military, giving them modern equipment, supporting them with good logistics to be able to do more on this. Having tried to provide necessary intelligence, actionable intelligence, not kind of very wide intelligence that has no end. We must provide intelligence that's workable. These are the things that we need to do.
Thank you very much, Major General Nicolas Rogers, retired ex-commander Operation Safe Haven. Thank you very much for joining us on Newsnight. It's quite telling when you hear from the retired general that the federal government has really not necessarily declared war against insurgency. That's quite telling.